Bienvenidos al sexto vídeo de Environmental Sciences Course de IEI High School. En los vídeos anteriores estudiamos el calentamiento global y sus factores determinantes como los combustibles fósiles y la deforestación, así como también las consecuencias que el calentamiento global está teniendo sobre los océanos y sus especies, como por ejemplo las barreras de coral. Hoy enlazamos nuestro contenido con lo estudiado en la sesión anterior. Como dijimos, el uso y presencia de combustibles fósiles en nuestra vida cotidiana es el principal factor explicativo del calentamiento global. Hoy es el turno de hablar sobre qué opciones sostenibles y respetuosas con el medio ambiente tenemos como forma de conseguir energía y con el objetivo de reducir el uso de combustibles fósiles. In today's video, we will talk about renewable energy. We will cover its definition, different types of renewable energy, and how they work, as well as the benefits derived from using these sustainable and greener energy alternatives. We will answer two questions. Question number one, what is renewable energy and what are the types of renewable energy? And question number two, what are the benefits and drawbacks of using renewable energy? So let's begin our presentation by answering question number one. What is renewable energy and what are the types of renewable energy? Renewable energy is a concept used to describe greener and more sustainable sources of energy. As the name says, renewable means that it is something we can't run out of, opposite to fossil fuels, which are made out of sediments formed millions of years ago. But as science indicates, these are limited and we will run out of coal, oil, and natural gas in the future. Renewable energy, known also as clean energy or alternative energy, comes from natural sources such as wind, the sun, or water, among others. These resources are endless, like the sun, or they get naturally replenished, such as water. Although humanity has been using these natural resources throughout history, for example, wind to sail seas or windmills for food production, it has only been recently that we have developed the technology necessary to transform these natural resources into energy and later, for example, electricity. So let's have a look then at the different natural resources that are available to us to be transformed into energy and the processes to do so. Let's begin with solar energy. Sun is absolutely vital for life on Earth. It provides heat and light and makes photosynthesis possible, as well as regulating our climate. In addition, we can transform solar energy into electricity. There are two possible ways. Through the use of photovoltaics, PV, which are the panels most people recognize. They are electronic devices that transform solar energy or sunlight directly into electricity. They have several benefits. They can provide electricity at the big scale, for example, in industries, and they can also be installed for personal use, for example, at home. They are also the perfect choice for regions that get a lot of sunlight and have good solar energy resources. And they have become the cheapest form of electricity, and these panels can last up to 30 years. The second alternative is concentrated solar power, or CSP. In this case, it is through the use of mirrors that solar rays heat up a liquid that spins a turbine to generate electricity, especially in large-scale power plants. Solar energy is an incredible option to get electricity. It is a clean source of energy. It does not release greenhouse gases or air pollutants, except for the manufacturing process, which may include land degradation in order to install solar panels, water use, and the use of hazardous materials that are always recommended to be recycled. Nonetheless, the benefits derived from using solar energy surpass the drawbacks, especially if we consider how pollutant fossil fuels are compared to renewable options. The second option that we have is wind energy. Just like solar energy, wind energy is getting more and more popular because costs are falling. Wind energy is the best option for regions with strong winds, and wind turbines can be installed on hilltops and even offshore. How is electricity generated? Just like a windmill, wind spins a turbine's blades. The turbines are connected to a generator that gets power by the movement of the blades and turns the rotational energy from the blades into electrical energy, as we can see in the picture. Our third option is hydroelectric power or hydropower. As the name suggests, hydroelectric power is when we get energy from using water, usually stored water or fast-moving water. As with wind energy, we get energy from water through the use of turbines whose blades move when water falls from a higher point, activating a generator connected to the turbine. Sometimes hydroelectric power is not considered especially environmentally friendly since it requires the construction of big sites called dams that can divert rivers' flow. Those smaller scale hydroelectric plants that do not require dams or reservoirs are considered to be more environmentally friendly. Hydropower is the preferred method wherever it is available and is able to supply electricity to millions of homes, such as in Norway or China. Another option for renewable energy is ocean energy. Although ocean energy is not as developed as the ones we have already seen, our oceans offer several options that allow us to generate energy. For example, through the use of tidal energy, similar to hydroelectric power, requires the construction of underwater dams to use the power between high and low tides. Wave energy, which through the use of turbines can transform or convert the energy contained in ocean waves into electricity. Wave energy also offers the possibility of benefiting from the motion of waves and the height difference between the waves to produce energy and electricity. And we can also obtain energy from the salinity of seawater, the different salt concentrations, and from the difference in water temperature between the surface and the depth. Another option is geothermal energy, which uses the heat found on the Earth's core or subsurface. This underground hot water or steam is pumped through a turbine connected to a generator to generate electricity. The construction and resources needed to obtain this water or steam need to be located in tectonically active regions, which has been believed to increase the risk of earthquakes. And finally, there is one more option to obtain energy that falls into the fossil fuels category and some other times is considered renewable. It is the case of biomass energy, where the combustion of biomass, such as vegetation and organic waste, can be used for heating and to generate electricity with a steam turbine, and can also be transformed into oil or gas substitutes, such as liquid biofuels. However, it has been shown that some types of biomass can be more polluting than fossil fuels in terms of carbon emissions. Let's continue our presentation by answering question number 2. What are the benefits and drawbacks of using renewable energy? In our last video, we studied that fossil fuels are the main explaining factor for climate change. They are responsible for the majority of greenhouse gas emissions, so they are extremely polluting. In addition to this, fossil fuels are non-renewable, meaning that when used, they cannot be replaced immediately, especially if we consider the pace at which humans consume fossil fuels for almost everything: cooking, heating, transportation, and other products. And as we have just seen in this video, renewable energy allows us to obtain energy and electricity in a much greener and sustainable way by using the resources available. So let's see now what the main benefits are as well as the drawbacks of using renewable energy. Renewable. Opposite to fossil fuels, we will not run out of solar, wind, ocean, or hydro energy. Eventually, we will run out of petroleum as well as coal and natural gas. And even when that time comes, we will still be able to benefit from renewable energy because the wind will still blow and the earth will still have geothermal energy under its surface. Environmentally friendly. In comparison to pollutants from fossil fuels, renewable energy options release little to no emissions. Combustion of fossil fuels to generate electricity releases large amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, whereas most forms of renewable energy, such as solar or wind energy, release no air pollutants in the process of generating electricity. And although they might release some pollutants during their manufacturing process, such as hazardous materials, land degradation, excavation, and drilling, the benefits surpass the drawbacks. Accessibility. With the right investment and infrastructure, renewable energy can reach millions of people. In addition, some forms of renewable energy, such as solar energy, can be made up for big and small-scale projects, from industry to homes. Some drawbacks that are linked to renewable energy are the big upfront costs derived from infrastructure and installation. Renewable energy options also present the problem of storage. However, technology is growing fast and developing new batteries for better storage solutions. Renewable energy also presents the problem of geographical limitations, since, for example, a big city will probably not have access to the same solar energy that can shine over a large farm's surface. Renewable energy is the option for the future. We know a lot about some of them, whereas others are still being studied and developed. Although humanity might need decades to develop the right technologies to benefit from renewable energy and shift from fossil fuels to greener options, it is what eventually will happen since fossil fuels are limited. En esta presentación acabamos de ver las diferentes opciones de energía renovable que presenta nuestro planeta. Es el momento ahora de poner en práctica los contenidos estudiados en este vídeo, respondiendo a las siguientes preguntas. We will see 4 questions. Question number 1. What is the name of the type of energy that uses heat from the Earth's core? The answers could be core energy, geothermal energy, or biomass energy. There is only one right question. Second question. Out of the following sources of energy, which one is considered sometimes to be more polluting than fossil fuels due to carbon emissions? There is only one right answer. A, geothermal energy, B, ocean energy, or C, biomass energy. Question number 3. Ocean energy might A, use the power of waves to generate energy and transform it into electricity. B, generate energy out of the differences between low and high tides. C, measure and use the amount of salt and water temperature to generate energy. And D, all are correct. And the fourth and final question is, which of the following types of energy can be used in large and small scale installations? A, wind energy, B, solar energy, or C, ocean energy. For question number 4, there is only one right answer. Thank you for watching. Muchas gracias por visitar nuestro video de nuevo y estad atentos para más. Hasta luego.